All right, welcome to Saturday, everybody. How are you? Hope everybody is doing great today. Let's take a look for each zodiac sign. What is going on? This is a message for each zodiac sign. A little bit of a, hey, heads up, this is what's going down. It's going to be a very powerful week with that Uranian energy moving into Gemini. And I heard someone talking about it the other day, and this really tracked with me about how Uranus is really surprise energy, and when it's at the end of a sign and at the end of Taurus, you feel like you have kind of figured out the surprises, right? Even though 29th degree of Taurus is kind of the time when things can kind of shake around a little bit. But I feel like after 7-8 years in Taurus, the Uranian energy may have showed its hand, and so when Uranus moves into Gemini, there's this sudden like, oh, wow. And this person was talking about how, you pack for a trip. Before you go on a trip, you pack for a trip and you think you have everything you need. But it's only when you go to the trip and you're like, oh, I didn't realize I needed this, or I needed that, or I needed this. And that's kind of what it's like for Uranus when it shifts signs, especially in Gemini, because Gemini is air energy, and it can go in lots of different directions. So it's very unexpected. And so these readings on Saturdays, I usually talk about what you don't see coming. And boy, is it appropriate for Uranus moving into Gemini. So let's start out. We are still in Cancer season here. Let's start out with Cancerians. We'll go all the way around to Gemini. At the very end, I'm going to do a reading for everybody watching. All of these readings are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I like to say to you, these are all time stamped, so you can check in the description box for the timestamp. Look at your Sun, Moon, Rising, or ascendant sign, the same thing, and Venus, and then write down a few words for each of those readings, and then maybe you get a special message meant just for you. Okay? All right, so let's start with Cancer. What's going on for you, Cancer? What can you expect? Veiled, some kind of secrecy going on with Cancer. I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else, but there's definitely something going on behind the scenes, maybe that nobody sees. There could be some energy that's going between you and another person that nobody sees, or there can be some like unspoken agreements or unspoken assumptions. Expectations will get you every time, my friend. I don't know. Look at this 8 of Swords. Look at this 8 of Swords in this deck. This is the Sun and Moon Tarot. And it's called interference. It's almost like a puppet, right? And there can be something going on behind the scenes that is interfering in another person's life, or you're kind of, I don't know if you're the one that's kind of throwing this energy to somebody or not. Success, 6 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. I like this a lot. Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity coming in. I feel like you're headed in a good direction for that opportunity. This might be something personal, something separate. Wow. Ace of Swords, 8 of Cups, the Chariot. There's your card. And the outcome card is 2 of Cups. So there can be an opportunity financially. What's happening here is there's something that you're building up to, or you're planning on going on behind the scenes. I feel like it's about telling the truth and then leaving. Something about telling the truth and then walking away, moving forward in your life toward something better. Look at this. So if the old relationship was done around money or was built around money, the new one's built around love. 10s can be about something running its course, and you're ready for something new. Yes. You're ready for something new. So that's going on behind your eyes, and you're just waiting for your moment. This 8 of Swords, the person that you're going to say this to has no idea. So whether you're quitting a job or you're ending a relationship, you're waiting for your moment. This Ace of Swords, I'm waiting for my moment. 7 of Wands, strength. It's going to happen in August. 9 of Cups, August into September, and the 6 of Wands, victory. So I feel like it's going to go better than expected. It's going to go better than you think. Like you think you've been pushing back on this because it's going to take a lot of courage for me to stand up and say this. But once you do, it's like a tremendous relief. It's going to go better than you think. Like going towards happiness and victory. That's awesome, Cancer. I don't know why you're waiting this long, but there's something about you think that there's a perfect moment. And I don't know that there is, but you'd know better in your own particular instance whether there's a perfect moment. And I'm just going to say this, that some of you are going to have to strike while the iron is hot, meaning that you can't like have the perfect moment upon you and then like, oh, I've got to go plan what I'm going to say, or I've got to go. You got to have that handy because that perfect moment can come very unexpectedly. Okay, so because of Taurus, or because of Uranus. Uranus going into Gemini, hard conversations, sudden truth coming out. Be ready to say what you need to say. All right, that's for Cancer. What about for Leo? Guides. Guides are calling you. Guides are asking for you to pay attention right now. You are being guided. Even if you feel a little bit alone or lost, you are being guided. This is a good thing, my friend. This is a very good thing. I love it, Leo. All right. Underneath is the 3 of Swords. Okay, I'm going to take this. 7 of Swords. The pain is over. The pain of this is over for you. And not that you're not handling it or dealing with it or something like that. Here's the 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Learning a new way. I feel like, Leo, you are also ending something here. Tower. Very suddenly. Uranian energy. And Uranus in Gemini is about saying it. Saying it. Saying what? Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. So there's something about money that it's almost like somebody wants something from you. They're going to have to beg you for it. Right? It's going to be a sudden thing that they say. And I just feel like there's something about having done with this. Okay, it seems like this has been going on for a long time and has caused a lot of pain, this relationship or whatever. I just feel like it's time to have done with it, with the World card here. They might be asking you. So, for example, you could be the King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Leo, and they're asking you for like 6. That's more than half. That's more than half. They're trying to ask for more than their half. The Tower is that they are expecting a huge ask. They're making a huge ask. I don't know if it's money or not, but it could be money, time, resources, or something like that. The guides are kind of saying to you, the Knight of Wands is an energy of moving on. Okay, it's Sagittarius energy. There's optimism in the future. There's a time to move on. It's like suddenly moving on. 10 of Wands. Yeah, the 10s and the World card say this is done. King and Queen of Pentacles. The 2 of Cups, I like this. And the 4 of Swords. I feel like you're going to need to learn to reclaim your heart after this. That's the biggest price you're paying. Forget about money and resources. The biggest price that is being paid here is that you might lack optimism about future relationships or people in general. And especially because this person feels very entitled to me. This is about you reclaiming your sense of, hey, there are good people out there too. Okay, something like that. And the Tower is like, how much more can I give? And the universe is like, you don't need to give any more. You've given quite enough. So there's somebody here who wants more than their share from you. And it's up to you to balance it. It's up to you. You know, this is about an injury to your perspective, in terms that, you know, you think everybody's out for, you know, on the take, or everybody's trying to take from me or something like that. It's really time to be done with this and then heal that perspective. Because I feel like this person was a taker or a vampire. And you're now at the point of like, what's it going to take to just get rid of you or just have you move on from my life? And that could require, you know, some resources from you. But I think the bigger price that's being paid is that you have you're taking this lesson and it's been kind of dark for you. It's been kind of like oh, people are bad, or, you know, it's manifested in kind of a dark way. Your job now is to shift it into something that's lighter, that basically says, that was that person. I learned a lesson about not seeing people correctly, and I now can do that. I can also see people who are positive and joyful, as opposed to everybody is a vampire, everybody's evil. Okay? That's the lesson here, is to be able to not broad brush everyone's intentions with what happened with this person, even though you might know that you kind of blew off red flags. If you're honest with yourself, that's what the guides are saying to you. Okay. That's for Leo. What about Virgo? I'm looking right at you. Good fortune. Awesome. Good fortune. Interesting that that's a 13 card, which most people think is a bad luck number, but it's the death card. It was my mother's lucky number, 13. Friday the 13th was always like her favorite day. Whenever it would come around, she'd be like, it's my lucky day. And I kind of like that approach, because we would do fun things on Friday the 13th. It became a fun day. It was kind of like don't become smaller because of other people's superstitions or something like that. All right. So Virgo there you are. Look at that. The Hermit card underneath. Here you are again, the Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, Page of Cups, World, Seven of Wands, Hanged Man, and the 10 of Wands. I feel like you're stopping the next chapter from going ahead. You're like resisting the new chapter, resisting. Good stuff is trying to come in, though. I feel like you think it's just going to be too much work. Like, especially if you've, maybe there's a new opportunity with a person, or a new direction in your work or something like that. Very small energy here with this Page of Cups. But this 10 of Wands says it's really time to heal some old baggage. Don't just drag everything with you. Stop dragging stuff with you. It is time to let go of these old chapters, this is wisdom. This is you. This is wisdom. You don't have to drag around the energetic signatures of all the dead bodies that have felled in your wake, right? You can just take the lessons from them that are much more portable. So don't drag the heaviness with you, and the learning of the boundaries, the seeing of things from new angles. This 10 of Wands is about dragging around the bodies. I don't know. Ugh, that seems awful. It's a particular connection that you have, maybe with an Aquarius, an air sign, 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, an air sign or a Taurus. 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Yeah, you should not be dragging the bodies of your old relationships into this new one. This is a choice. This is not a must. This is not what everybody does. And I feel like right now, this is the time when you're learning the lesson, that you can take the lessons in a portable way without you having all these triggers from old relationships or old family kind of problems or something like that. Like, you're becoming somebody new. You're becoming somebody new. Don't drag all this with you. King and Queen of Wands coming up. Good fortune. Good fortune. 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. We're going away from the 5 of Pentacles to this 10. 2 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. This is, this is kind of a family trait, or a family, like a learned behavior in your family that like you're also having to keep moving on from. You can't be somebody who attempts something new with all of this old stuff going on. There's a lot of things to purge here, Virgo, in order for you to have this bright experience of this new day. There's a lot of healing left still to do, even though that relationship might be right in front of you. Don't drag these old bodies in there. Okay? All right. That's for Virgo. Don't drag the bodies. Oh, what? All right. Don't drag the old bodies. All right. That's Virgo. Let's talk to Libra right now. What's going on? Ooh, power. That's Pluto energy. As soon as Uranus jumps into Gemini, it's going to be trining Pluto in Aquarius, in another air sign. That's a supportive energy, right? A trine is basically like an easy flow. So the changes that are going on, if there's power struggles within them, I feel like you're up to the task because you're a Libra, right? You're the 3rd air sign. So you're kind of up to this task when Uranus and Pluto are in your fellow air sign energies. I almost feel like it gives you fuel, gives you power. Page of Swords underneath. Oh, 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Wands. Lovers. Boy, these readings today are about past love relationships and how they're seeping or not into the new opportunities. There you are. Queen of Swords, 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Outcome is, yep, same thing. Libra is going to be given a choice. Libra is going to be given a choice. And your lesson has to do with power. So there's something here about financial power, spiritual power, hierarchy within a relationship, even two people. So if you've ever heard this, I don't know if you have or not, but sometimes you can be in toxic relationships and they actively behave as if they're cults. It's like a one-to-one cult kind of situation. I suspect you've had a lot of that in your life because Libra is very good at balancing other people's needs. This is Gemini coming in, and there Gemini is, I feel like suddenly you're going to have a new opportunity for a long-term relationship. Very suddenly. Very suddenly. And I want you to, as this Queen of Swords, be very, almost coming through over the transom, coming through email or text. What? Don't play power games here. Chariot, Moon. There's your card of Justice and the Hierophant. All major arcana cards. Yes, yes, yes. This is somebody likely who is shedding another relationship around this full moon that's coming up. Full moon, the 10th of July, in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn. And there's the Hierophant. They could be letting go of an earth sign. They're wanting more balance in their life. I feel like this person might be running away from an old situation that was very toxic. And you have done a lot of healing work here. I feel like, though, when this person shows up, there's a lot still to iron out before you can move forward with them. There's a lot to iron out. I wouldn't just jump in. This doesn't feel very, you're kind of like, no, this is what I want. And I want this to last a long time. I want this to be stable and solid over time. So the Uranus and Gemini is someone making some kind of sudden admission, lovers, sudden admission of their feelings. You get to decide, though. This is your decision, obviously. This is your decision. And this person wants, is a commitment. This is going to be a commitment. Even if they're not offering commitment right away, it's obvious to them that they're like, okay, I realize, you're the one for me, or something like that. Libra. I think it will be very sudden. I think it would be very sudden. Uranus moving into Gemini is sudden energy. That's kind of the whole point of Uranus. It's very hard to predict Uranian outcomes or Uranian movements, because the point of Uranus is unexpected. So to expect the unexpected, I mean, what kind of oracle or what kind of psychic would you be if you couldn't really predict something? But I feel like this is almost like I can't predict like how this is going to happen, or, it just seems like there's something about it that's very unpredictable. And it could be what they say. It could be their feelings. It could be something that you completely were unaware of. And that's something that takes you by surprise. Libra. Scorpio, shift. Shift, shift, shift. What's happening for my Scorpios? What don't you see coming here? What don't you see coming? Very appropriate for Uranus moving into Gemini on the 7th, which is just Monday. 8 of Wands. Fast forward. How come we're getting this 5 of Pentacles in every reading? Have you noticed that? I'm noticing that. 5 of Pentacles, and in the Libra reading, it was in the same place. 5 of Pentacles, world. Done being on the outside looking in. There's the Strength card. I love it. Leo energy. 4 of Wands. Judgment. 7 of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups, which is you. So I feel like this is... Some of you are done living in a circumstance that is about lack mentality. Whether your job is a negative one in your view, whether there's some kind of like, I'm being, paid a pittance for this kind of work, I should be getting paid better. I just feel like you're making a shift into a whole new way of living your life here. And it can include a physical move. 4 of Wands, judgment. And then spending some time to get to know this place. I'm really keying into this. Looks like Italy. I know this card is Italian in heritage, so that's not a big surprise, but this really looks like the part of Tuscany that we went to. Okay, there's something about Italy here. Something very romantic, like wanting to go towards something. Like, I'm done with this kind of this utilitarian existence, this kind of, I get up, I go to work, I come home, I make dinner, I go to bed. Like, I'm done with this kind of lifestyle. I really want something that's much more romantic. I want to be in a beautiful surroundings, very Venus energy here. I want to be romanced. I want to be, I feel like you could move somewhere very, very distant from where you are now. High Priestess, 4 of Swords, the 3 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So if you're about to go on a retreat of some kind, especially to Italy, you could just be completely fall in love with the place you're at. There's some kind of healing retreat in your future that is going to open the door to a new path, a new direction, a new place. A physical place. The place you're at right now, I don't think so. I think it's outlived its purpose, or it's run its course. Okay, Scorpio, so that's for you. It's outlived its purpose. So you could find with Uranus moving into Gemini, if you are going on some kind of retreat, it's gonna hit you in the face like a pie. Okay, like, wow, I just love this place. Okay, like a pie. Sagittarius. Courage. There's the Leo card. All right, we'll use this. Courage. Courage, strength, the power to stand up, or the power to just be silent, the power to be very much in your own sort of dynamic presence, Sag. I'm getting that dynamic presence feeling. Hanged Man. I like the Nine of Pentacles. I'm taking that. Nine of Pentacles. King of Wands. That's Leo energy too. 10 of Pentacles. There it is. More Leo. You're dealing with a Leo here. You're dealing with a Leo. Something about a lot of money coming in. Ace of Cups. 6 of Wands. There's the Aries energy of the Emperor. Yeah. You're dealing with another fire sign who I feel like wants to romance you or wants to... I see you as somebody who's very stable, secure in themselves. Hanged Man is like, I'm seeing things. I'm, opening myself up to new perspective, opening myself up to new people. And this is a new people, this Leo energy. Someone who's very empowering or empowered. They feel very dynamic to me. And this person wants to make some kind of overture to you. So there's a lot of fire energy here. This is how you're going to know this person. If you've been dealing with somebody who has no fire, no courage, it can be somebody who's like embraced their courage. Either way, this person has a lot of courage. The Fool, new beginnings, the Justice card. Wow. The 6 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Swords. So this is the great balancing. This relationship is very well balanced. It's somebody who knows their feelings, who is not afraid to say their feelings. You have the same feelings for them. This is very evenly balanced. This feels very good to me. Nobody has more power than the other one. And let's see, this is happening, let's see, within 6 weeks. The 6 of Wands is my timing card. Yeah, so Sag, within 6 weeks, I feel like this is going to be showing up for you before I go picking this up. This Knight of Cups over here, the offer coming in, Ace of Cups. How? 7 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Chariot, and the 4 of Wands. This person has been confused. If you know this person has been confused about roles, about who says what to whom. They've been very confused about that. And maybe in their lifetime, they've not wanted to show passion for some reason. It's like a childhood thing that they were told, like whenever they showed passion, they were kind of punished for it. Or they thought it was unseemly, like too much. This person's very subtle, but this is not going to be subtle. Okay, so heads up about that, Sag. Heads up. All right, so Capricorn, we have a full moon in your sign coming up. Focus. Full moon in your sign coming up the 10th of July. Before that, we have Uranus moving into Gemini. And that's going to be sudden conversations. I feel like that's showing up in every single reading. So let's see what's going on with my Capricorns. Ooh, yes, you too. Look at this. Lover, not the Lovers. That's the 2 of Cups underneath. This is the third reading. This has shown up as you. Seriously, 5 of Pentacles. Lots of people being left out in the cold, or lots of you, definitely. I'll just focus on you, Capricorn. But feeling like you don't have what it takes, or feeling very not hopeful about relationships. And then 6 of Cups happens. This person comes back around. Hermit. There's Virgo energy. You've learned a lot. 9 of Cups. You know what you want now. Judgment. 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. There's a little game playing here going on, though. I don't like that. A little bit of, I know what it's based in fear. This is like, hey, this is what you want, right? And then you kind of hold back and maybe you don't tell this person how you feel. I feel like this person is telling you how you feel. So have you learned or not? I see Sag energy. I see Virgo energy. Have you learned or not? 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and the Moon, full moon in your sign. So there's something here about stop expecting other people to make you happy. Be happy on your own. I feel like that's one of the lessons you're learning, is that you're only as happy as your relationship is. And it's like, you got to stop that. You got to really step into your own happiness regardless. Make yourself happy, and the relationship that you're in will either get happier or fall away, and the other person won't be able to hang and it'll fall away. What have you learned? Staying in that 5 of Pentacles is really low vibe, man. It's really making an offer here to heal, do some healing around happiness or joy or what you think is possible in relationships. Some of you don't think that being happy in relationships is possible. And then if you focus on that, that's what you're getting. So it's time to focus on what you want. And then that's what you'll get. Stop focusing on what you don't want. Knight of Pentacles, the Lover's card, 6 of Swords, and the Devil card. There's your card. So this is like you're becoming really truly who you are. I feel like you've put in a lot of hard work. You're the only one, Capricorn, the only sign that I would be like, okay, enough hard work. Enough of the hard work. It's time to like take it out for a test drive. It's time to, put some wheels on the road and see how it goes. So I feel like there's a person that you're going to be able to test all of your healing work with. If you're somebody who's like, no, I'm not healed enough yet. I'm not healed enough yet for this. I feel like that's who I'm talking to. You are. You're ready. Okay, focus. You're ready. All right, that's for Capricorn. Now for my Aquarians, I started with Cancer, and I'm going to go around to Gemini. We are with Aquarians right now. New moon. We got a new moon in Leo coming up later this month. That's a very passionate new moon. It's also a very powerful new moon because Aquarius, Pluto is in your sign for 20 years, and this new moon is in opposition to that. So the change you're making in your life, getting like this push me, pull you energy of what I want to create versus who I am. And who I am, I feel like I can't change, which is ridiculous because Pluto is helping you change. There's something about stubbornness here. Okay, like I can't change this situation. This is what it is. And I just feel like you're really missing out on your own power because you're thinking that I can't manifest something new. I'm in this. I'm in this. This is what it is. I'm very practical, or I'm very what's the word? Realistic. I'm seeing what's realistic. Because there's something here that's very unrealistic. I feel like maybe you have some ideas that are unrealistic, but that doesn't mean that it's not about, hey, that's what I want. What is this word realistic? Who is that's saying to you, this is realistic or this is unrealistic? Which parent is saying that to you? Which parent is trying to take you down off of what it is you want? Because you're like, oh, that's not realistic. 2 of Swords, like manifest what you want. Here's the Hermit. 5 of Wands. It's almost like you're ready to do battle here. Opportunity, 4 of Swords, opportunity for healing. Ready to do battle. Look at, and the 2 of Swords too. That's more battle. Oh, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. I feel like you're ready to do battle. You've learned some lesson, but it's really time instead of this 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, it's like lies and deceit and manipulation. This is honesty. So instead of having these like manipulative conversations or whatever, like I'm ready to do battle, I'm very well defended. Instead of it, just try being honest. That Leo new moon, try being honest and try saying what it is you want. The Page of Swords here, there's a message coming through for you. Seven of Wands, Ace of Cups, Temperance, Eight of Swords. In the past, you have not, wow, look at all the swords here. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 of Swords. Lots of mind screwing, lots of screwing with yourself in the mind. This is coming from childhood. This is coming from what you think is possible, what you think is unrealistic, kind of a thing. And I feel like you just, it's sort of like, it doesn't mean you always get 100% of the time what you want. What's that Rolling Stone song? You may not get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. And this really does feel like that to me. As long as you open up and be honest, instead of trying to play games with the universe or trying to defend yourself against, I want love, but I don't want love, right? Like that kind of thing. You're not going to always get the reaction that you want from people, but you're opening yourself up as someone who has been through a lot. You're powerful. I feel like you think you're not powerful, so you need all these defenses. But you are powerful. And I feel like you just need to be honest. Just say it. Hey, look, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. And, whether either the person's going to say, yes, I want that too, or no, I don't. Either way, there's not this years and years and years of manipulation and trying to get somebody to give you what they want, what you want, right? I really feel like it's time just to be honest. Okay, that new moon in Leo is really a good example of using that energy for, hey, this is what I want. You don't? Okay. Or you do. Awesome. Let's go. Quite simple. That feels good to me. I like that. Okay, so that is for Aquarius. Let's look at Pisces. Pisces, we do have Saturn coming back into your sign. We also have Neptune coming back into your sign. That's not going to happen until later this year. But Saturn and Neptune are both in retrograde, and you can expect a visit from both of them. Getting the knowledge card for you. That's Gemini energy. We have Uranus going into Gemini. I don't know where that is in your particular chart. You might want to look at it. The houses are about the parts of your life that are impacted. People just blow off the houses in astrology. They're like, oh, my Jupiter's in Cancer. That's exalted. Well, which house? It sort of doesn't matter. Like you won't be able to tell. And your life experience is going to be a great track to run things along, to go and look back the last time Jupiter, if you have that in your natal chart, I'm just using that as an example. But I feel like it's a time here to expand your knowledge about something so you can understand a chapter in your life. Strength card right here. There's Leo energy, lots of Leo showing up here. 7 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles again. 5 of Pentacles, the straight up definition of the 5 of Pentacles is loss of money, unlucky, feeling out in the cold, bad investments or something like that, having invested not well in something. Ace of Wands, I feel like you're trying to stave off the feelings of rejection or the feeling like I made a mistake, trying to push that back. The Ace of Wands, the 7 of Cups, 10 of Wands, the Star, and the 5 of Wands. So a lot of conflict here. And conflict, and it's like you're overdoing it, and you're also trying to use your physical trying to use sex as a weapon. That could be, some of you could have that, or not even as a weapon, but as a way of trying to get someone closer to you. I feel like that's like it's too much. I like the healing energy here of the star. This is Aquarian energy. And this is about doing things differently. There's just a lot of conflict. The knowledge card can be about self-understanding, self-awareness, and self-healing, and looking at yourself. Like, why does this persist? Or why does this keep happening? Or why do I have these same patterns? Like, it's time to really look at yourself. Not to blame yourself, but to say, okay, what is it that I'm contributing to, or how am I attracting these patterns? Because this does feel like maybe you keep getting jobs that aren't for you. Maybe you keep going down a road with a career path that it's time for it to end. You keep, that happened to me. I got like laid off and fired and everything like 3 times very quickly. And it was like, okay. It took me a long time to learn the lesson, though, I will tell you. Oh, this is not a path for me. I was working too hard at something that just wasn't on my path. Okay. And there's strife here. This is causing a lot of stress and anxiety. Pisces, a lot of stress and anxiety. Like, this person isn't for you. This job isn't for you. This career, something isn't for you. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. Excellent, victory, and the Judgment card. So there's a choice coming up. Don't do the same thing you would always do. This choice that's coming up, whether it's a person or it's a direction, it's a new job or something like that. The opportunity is for inspiration. So you're probably happening in August. So your job here is to go, what's my default? What would I do normally with this? And see how you're working through it. And, I see. I'm always just focused on the money. I'm not focused on what I'm going to be doing day to day. Oh, okay. Or, I'm focused on how other people will see this job. Will my parents be proud of me? Oh, that's not important. You're the one that has to go to the job every day. Are you happy about it? Are you excited about it? And I feel like you just need to shift how you're thinking about this new situation that's going to come in. It's important. It is. It's important that you pay attention to what you would normally do and do the opposite. That's about as direct as Spirit has ever been. You're learning, and now enact it. Put it into action. Okay, so let's see. That's Pisces. Let's move on to Aries. We have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, and then I'll read for everybody watching. Aries. Meditate. Time for a little break, Aries. Time to, we have Saturn and Neptune going retrograde in your sign this month. Also Chiron. All the planets in Aries are going retrograde this month. Wow. That's a lot of slamming on the brakes and going in reverse energy. That's a lot of slamming on the brake energy. Underneath is the World. I see the 10 of Pentacles here. I see the 9 of Swords. I love the King of Wands down there. That is Leo energy. 7 of Wands. I feel like you might feel that everybody's against you right now, Aries. Tower. Opportunity. Lots of opportunity, though. This is a shakeup. Queen of Swords. King of Cups. 4 of Cups. 3 of Swords. All right. I'm just going to say this. This is maybe just for one of you, 1 or 2 of you. If you are dealing with an addict, I'm looking at you. Are you dealing with an addict right now? If you are, it is suddenly going to erupt. Something is going to suddenly erupt and disturb your direction, disturb your peace, disturb you. I don't know if this is a parent or a spouse or a boss or something, but if you are dealing with somebody who is trying to make this about you, who's trying to turn the tables on you, this could be somebody who's like a workaholic. Doesn't have to be about drinking, but I feel, or drugs, or addicted to something. I feel like you got to get away from this. They're trying to turn the tables on you, Aries. Here's the Empress. 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and the Emperor. I love it. I love it. There you are, Emperor. You have somebody around you, or there is an opportunity, and I feel like you need to ask for this. There is somebody around you who can help you. You don't have to do this alone. You do not have to do this alone. Some of you, this is a parent. Some of you, this is a spouse. And I want you to open up your mind to the idea. I feel like this person might also be a narcissist or gaslighting, trying to smear campaign you with other people. It's time to get away from this. Okay, you cannot fix this person or help this person. You can't. I know you think you can if you stick around. And what will happen if I leave? Oh my God. I'm telling you that you need to save yourself. All right, Aries, you need to save yourself. Taurus. This is the key that unlocks the door. Unlocks the door to the cage you've been in for a really long time. This is the key. Oh, I'm going to use this. This is the key that unlocks the door to the cage you've been in for a really long time. That whole sentence was just downloaded to me. This is the key that unlocks the door to the cage you've been in for a very long time. Now, whatever that key is, I don't know if it's money or help from an outside source, or you just waking up to the fact that you can ask for help like Aries needs to do. All right, so let's see here. Taurus. Page of Swords. A message coming through, the 9 of Swords, or some kind of offer of help. 9 of Cups. 3 of Wands. Dreaming of a different direction. 8 of Swords. Feeling stuck in this. Hanged Man. 2 of Wands. 6 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. There's some... the opportunity may not look like you think. If you're unlocking the door to getting away from a partner or ending a relationship, the new help may come in the guise of a job offer in a distant city. Or if you're trying to get out of a very bad work situation, this may come in the guise of a new relationship. And that person is somebody who can help you. There's definitely somebody coming in that can help you. And I see that. I love this for you. I do see that you know what you want. This is very passive, though. And there's a reason for the passivity. I feel like you have a little bit like Aries. I feel like you don't think you can help yourself, but you can. Like, I'm stuck here. Hanged Man. Like, there's nothing for me to do. There is a choice coming up that is going to help you out of a bad situation. It's time to recognize the choice. Recognize the choice that's going to come in here that says, oh, all right, that means I can walk away from this, or it's a off ramp. I'm getting that off ramp. This is the key that unlocks the cage that you've been locked in for a very long time. Something totally out of the blue. All right, that's for Taurus. Now, Gemini. Gemini. Hi, Charlie. You. Release. Release and let go. Time to release and let go. Charlie. Time to release and let go. It's gone as far as it can. There's nothing else to do. Temperance underneath. I like the Ace of Cups here, the High Priestess. That feels pretty good to me. Gemini. Here you are, Six of Cups. Six of Wands, victory. Knight of Swords. So you are definitely heading in a good direction here. There is somebody who's not happy that you're happy. They don't want you to be happy. That's the person you're releasing. Peace. Cut them out of your life, Gemini. Hanged Man, Tower, Three of Wands. So there is something that you think is unfixable, or you think this person's unfixable or something like that, or this relationship has run its course. Tower. You're right. So why does a Tower have to come in? I feel like you're releasing and letting go. Why does a Tower have to come in? Five of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. Because there is some action that's needed by you. There is some kind of letting go of seeing things a certain way, letting go of a certain perspective on this person. So in other words, you have a belief system around this situation. And that's the thing you're working on releasing right now. Like you have this belief system, like let's say you have this belief that like blood is thicker than water. So I can't let go of my family member, even though they're super toxic and narcissistic. And maybe you have a belief system that there needs to be a big event in order to facilitate that. There needs to be some kind of big final kind of thing. I feel like that's what you're needing to release. Because I feel like you're welcoming in this Tower. If you're saying, hey, my belief is that for me to move on from this situation and, let go of it and everything, there has to be some kind of precipitating event. And you don't have to have that. You don't. You can just move on. And there's good stuff coming in. The Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the Judgment card, like lots of good stuff coming in. This disappointment, this, Five of Cups is like, I don't want to have any regrets. I need to have some kind of big showdown. So I say everything I need to say, and then I won't have any regrets. And I feel like you're inviting that in. And it doesn't need to happen that way. There doesn't need to be any big showdown. Okay? There doesn't need to be any big showdown. Okay. That's Gemini. So let's do a little reading for everybody watching. I'm going to pull this up. I know, Charlie. Mom put the flea and tick on me. She's a bad mommy. I'm sorry, Charlie. He's so mad at me right now. All right. For everybody watching, please. This is for you, for everybody watching. I'm seeing the Ace of Wands here. I like that. A lot of aces, Five of Pentacles in the beginning was really irritating me because that is about loss. There's definitely some loss in some of these readings today. And so this one's showing up. Observer. Underneath is Loyal Heart. Orphaned. Yeah, there's a five again. And the Ace of Cups. So a lot in these readings, some of you just watched your own reading. You didn't watch everybody's reading. Most people just do it that way. But there's something here about expecting someone to be a certain way and they're not. And so there's this ongoing disappointment with that. But like, can it just be like, okay, why do I have to think that someone should be a certain way? Like, where's that coming from? Well, I believe someone who loves you should behave a certain way. And while that's true, this particular person didn't do that. And so what can you surmise from that? Well, maybe they didn't love me, or maybe the loyalty thing was not a thing for them, or maybe, right? Like, it's like, change your belief about this person, and that's going to open up a whole world for you. That if you believe that person loved you and treated you badly, maybe that's not love. Can we introduce that into the scenario? Maybe that wasn't love. Oh, okay. Then love doesn't feel like that, right? Love doesn't hurt. 3 of Swords underneath. Here it is again. The 5 of Pentacles. 7 of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. King of Cups. Empress. So that's Venus energy. And Venus energy is a lot about what makes us feel nurtured. This is not nurturing behavior. This 5 of Pentacles and this 3 of Swords. That was, I feel like you're climbing out of a mindset, climbing out of a lie, doing a lot of hard work on your own behalf, doing a lot of healing work, and then saying, hey, 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, this is what I want. So I've learned my lesson that this was not love. I want love. And so I'm going to be like, oh, okay. I'm going to stop trying to get love from people who can't give it, or who aren't good at love, or people who have another lesson with me. They have another kind of contract with me. I'm learning to discern or get this, like, what is this contract? What is this? This person's coming into my life. Why are they here? Okay. And then this energy of the Empress, basically being very purposeful and saying, like, are you love or are you something else? Why are you here? We're getting this Ace of Cups trying to come in, which I like a lot. Ace of Cups trying to get in, and this King of Cups, this king offering a cup. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I see Virgo here. I see Taurus and Libra here. Okay, King of Cups. 7 of Wands. 2 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. So I feel like this is for somebody who needs to have good boundaries and make good choices and do things that are very nurturing. I'm going in this direction. Queen of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. That can be this person too, or not. Your job is to hold off, go very slow, and determine what it is this person wants from you. Even if you have to be blunt about it. Uranus moving into Gemini. There can be some blunt conversations. Nothing wrong with that. So, by the way, why are you here? What do you want? I know that sounds a little bit, a little bit. It sounds unromantic. This is Aquarian energy. We got Pluto and Aquarius. We're making some changes now. Not giving everything away. Going to ask the embarrassing question. All right, guys. That's for you. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.